It's Christmas morning in Queens, New York. Snow blankets the street, and inside one house, a little girl wakes up in her room to a light shining on her face. Groggily, she wonders if it's really Christmas. Excited, she bolts out of bed with her dog and races downstairs. Her heart leaps until it sinks. The Christmas tree stands tall, but there are no presents underneath. Fast forward a week, and at the stuffy store in Fairwoods Mall, a place also supposed to be secret but everyone seems to know about it, headquarters for the fun and guns business of everyone's favorite merc with a mouth. Deadpool sits behind a desk, looking unimpressed. "Are you kidding me?" he asks, eyeing the group of angry kids standing before him. The leader of the pack, the same girl who found her Christmas tree empty, arms crossed, she retorts. "Kidding because I'm a kid? Is that supposed to be a joke? I've heard you think you're pretty funny. Guess what? I'm not laughing." Deadpool tries to calm her down. "Whoa, take it easy, kid. Who tinkled in your sugar crunch bombs?" The girl glares. "Are you dense? I've clearly told you who metaphorically tinkled in my sugar crunch bombs. Santa Claus!" As the interrogation continues, it becomes clear why they're there. These kids want Deadpool to take out Santa Claus. Deadpool explains that he doesn't think they'll be able to pay for his service. The girl signals to her group, and they unload bags of cash onto the desk. Deadpool's eyes widen as he counts the stash. Holding the money in his hands, he asks, "I know this isn't from mowing lawns and selling cookies, so where did you get all this loot?" The girl reveals, "Once I realized I wasn't the only kid Santa stiffed, I got online and started a GoPayMe campaign. We all kicked in our allowances and came looking for you. So what do you say? Will you take the job?" Deadpool then replies, I know you're feeling hurt right now, and I can't really explain why none of you got any Christmas gifts this year, but all I can tell you is..." He then extends his hand and adds, "Yes, I will kill Santa Claus." 3 days later, Deadpool trudges through the snow at the North Pole, heading straight for Santa's house. Inside the Avengers' nearby HQ, Thor looks out the window, beer in hand. "Doc, I'm going to need your professional opinion. Have I had too much meat today? Or do I see Deadpool walking through our front yard?" Doctor Strange joins him at the window. "For once, you have not had too much meat. That is most definitely Wade Wilson. What do you think he's doing here?" Thor shrugs. "Maybe someone hired him to take out Santa Claus." Both laugh, but neither seems too concerned. Meanwhile, Deadpool approaches Santa's home, surprised by its sorry state. The windows are shattered, the front is boarded up, and the mailbox is stuffed to overflowing with letters. Climbing through a broken window, he mutters, "Would you believe me if I told you pulling a B&E on Santa Claus's house was on my bucket list?" Inside, chaos reigns. The place is a wreck. Trash everywhere, not a soul in sight. Deadpool removes his coat, surveying the mess. 'Twas a few days after Christmas, and all through the house, not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. And definitely not a cleaning lady either. This place is a dump. A noise interrupts his commentary, followed by a voice. "It's about to get a lot messier." Enter Mrs. Claus, armed and furious. She fires at Deadpool, who ducks and quips, "Now is that any way to welcome a guest? Okay, so maybe that guest is an assassin here to kill your hubby, but still." With a quick throw, he lodges a knife into her gun, causing a small explosion. When the smoke clears, her face is covered in soot, and her hair is a wild mess. Deadpool, now pointing a gun at her, asks her to give him all the weapons she has. He then continues, "So if you wouldn't mind showing me where your jollier half is, I'd appreciate it." With her hands up and her back to him, she says, "I'm going to be honest. Part of me is glad you're here. I don't know how much more I can take of the old man." Deadpool follows Miss Claus and she leads him to a shed. Deadpool steps inside and looks around. As a kid, I always wondered what Santa's workshop looked like. Not gonna lie, I'm getting teary-eyed just being here. Miss Claus clarifies. "The tears might be a physical reaction to the smell. I haven't been able to get the stubborn geezer to bathe in months. In front of a fireplace, an old hooded man waits for them. He asks Deadpool what brings him so far north. Deadpool replies, "You do, big man. You blew it big time this year by stiffing all those kids and ruining Christmas. You..." Santa interrupts. "Oh no! The poor, spoiled, snot-nosed brats didn't get whatever new device to be glued to 24 hours a day, and now they're so sad. Well..." Throwing off his cloak to reveal his skeletal body with only an underpants and a thick belt. In one hand, he grips a large hammer, and the other, a large bottle. He shouts, "Christmas! Those crybabies!" He pauses to take a sip from the bottle and adds, "And you!" Deadpool starts to respond with his usual flair, but Santa moves with surprising speed, slamming the hammer into Deadpool's stomach. Santa doesn't wait for a comeback. He knows that Deadpool is only here to kill him. He continues to attack with the hammer, knocking Deadpool to the ground. Deadpool gets up, fixes his neck. "Alright, old man. Time to cut the chit-chat. I gotta get to work." He draws his swords and lunges at Santa. Deadpool then cuts through his hammer. But Santa still doesn't stop and stabs Deadpool with the broken handle. "Did you think I would make it easy for you?" Deadpool is impressed. "Damn, you're fast." Santa punches him in the face and says, "A few billion presents lugged up and down chimneys all around the globe in one night builds up speed and stamina." But that doesn't faze Deadpool. With a sudden move, he headbutts Santa. "Yeah? Well, getting hit in the face a few billion times mixed with the healing factor builds up a high tolerance for weak-ass punches." With a sharp kick, Deadpool breaks one of Santa's knees, sending the old man crashing to the floor. Deadpool pulls out his gun and aims it at Santa's head. He hesitates, his finger hovering over the trigger. He then shouts, "I can't do it! I can't kill Santa Claus! Damn it! Looks like we both suck at our jobs." Deadpool begs the old man to tell him why he bailed on Christmas. Santa doesn't want to answer, but Miss Claus intervenes. "Oh, just shut your mouth. It was Tinsel, Santa's head elf. My husband has a magic touch when it comes to bringing joy and cheer to the world, but he's not a great businessman. Tinsel came along and organized the whole operation, from manufacturing to finances to travel and delivery. It was good, but he became greedy." She explains how Tinsel tried to partner with corporations to help cut costs, but Santa refused. For him, money was never a motivation. He could not bring himself to sell Christmas off to a corporation. Tinsel retaliated by spreading lies and gossip about Santa, turning the other elves against him. Eventually, the entire workforce abandoned the North Pole. Deadpool wants to know where they've gone. Santa tells him that they work for Roxxon Toys, manufacturing toys and selling direct to the customer. Deadpool smirks. "You know what? The kids paid me to kill the person responsible for ruining Christmas. So, let's bring some joy to all the little girls and boys." At Roxxon Toys, Tinsel berates an elf. He harshly penalized her, only because she returned 2 minutes late from a break. Suddenly, Deadpool bursts into the room, interrupts his speech about saying, "No, I think she was going to say, there's a man dressed all in red who just came down your chimney with glee and it ain't Santa Claus." Guns blazing, Deadpool opens fire on Tinsel and his guards. Chaos erupts as Tinsel screams for his guards to take Deadpool out. A flurry of bullets fills the factory, but Deadpool dodges, counters, and takes down each guard with ease. Tinsel tries to flee. Deadpool spots him and shouts, "Hey! Where are you going? The office Christmas party is just getting started." Tinsel grabs the elf from earlier and presses a gun to her head, threatening to kill her if Deadpool doesn't drop his weapons. Unfazed and without hesitation, Deadpool takes the shot, ending Tinsel. He then turns to the remaining elves and asks, "Anyone interested in sticking around this evil-ass corporate factory? Or can we head back to the North Pole so Santa can eat again?" Back at the Santa's house, Miss Claus greets the returning elves with open arms, relieved and overjoyed. Santa expresses his gratitude. Thank you, Wade. I may have to move you from the naughty to the nice list next year. Deadpool hints at a special toy he's been eyeing, and that Santa might need an elf with unique taste to make it. Santa looks at him, visibly disgusted. Switching gears, Deadpool reveals the toys he recovered from Roxxon Toys, suggesting they be given to kids, and since Santa needs to recover from his ordeal, he'll help out with the deliveries. I'm just gonna need one thing. To borrow your ride. With that, Deadpool takes the sleigh and sets off to deliver gifts to every house. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to this channel.